Oh. Yoo-hoo? Anybody home?
Come in, Mrs. Chandler.
Mr. Nash, I have wonderful news for you.
Somebody wants to buy the house.
Yes, the Magruders.
Who?
Oh, you don't know Jonathan Magruder?
I'm ashamed, but I don't.
He's just one of the biggest gas station magnates in all of Nassau County. He owns dozens and dozens of them.
Oh, those Magruders.
Yes, charming man. His wife drinks, poor dear, and they're looking for a sweet little house, just like this one, where her nurse can take care of her unobtrusively.
Yes, well, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do about that now, Mrs. Chandler. My wife is more determined than ever not to sell.
Oh.
So Mrs. Magruder, she'll just have to find another place to do her drinking.
No, Mr. Nash, you can't pass up a chance like this. Magruder's got all the money on Long Island. Why, he'll go 55,000 without batting an eye.
55?
Yes. And where will we get another sucker like him so
that's
fast?
so true. Where will we?
Listen, did you do what I told you to do?
Yes, and I feel like a criminal. Water heater's broken down 3 times. There's a leak in the attic. Garbage disposal hasn't worked in a week. I've dumped whole oranges into the plumbing system. I've sabotaged the living heart out of this house, and she still refuses to be discouraged. Oh, I can't keep it. She calls the plumber to fix everything. Can't keep it up. I feel like a criminal, Mrs. Chandler. A criminal, I tell you.
Nonsense. You're just a normal husband fighting for his virility against a typical emasculating American woman.
No, I'm not. I love my wife. She's the finest, dearest, sweetest,
Honey,
most thoughtful.
In front of Mrs. Chandler?
Oh,
really?
darling, I tell everyone how much I love you. It's a phobia.
It's a mania, not a phobia, darling. Well, hello, Mrs. Chandler.
Hello?
And what can be on the agenda for today, I wonder?
Oh, nothing at all. I just stopped by to see how you two were enjoying the house.
We're adoring it, aren't we, mon chéri?
Yes, adoring it.
Now, I thought you said that everything had been completely renovated a year before we bought it?
Yes, I even showed you the bills.
Well, everything is going to hell on wheels fast.
Oh.
The roof leaks, the water heater broke down, and now the plumbing has gone out. I just turned on the shower, and suddenly everything gurgled to a halt. And the toilet practically erupted like Vesuvius.
Really? Now, what do you suppose could have possibly caused such a thing?
Oh, I don't know. But there are too damn many things going on here. Excuse me, Mrs. Chandler. Call the plumber, Elliot.
Oh.
She suspects. She may even know. Don't come here again, Mrs. Chandler. I'll go to your office.
Oh, no, Mr. Nash. She's really got you bulldozed, hasn't she? All right, look, I'll try to keep the Magruders hot. You keep hacking away at this house. Mess with the fuses. Louse up the electricity. See ya.
I'll call you.
Bye.
What's in the bag?
Mr. Nash! Mr. Nash!
What do you want?
What happened, Mr. Nash? Electricity out?
Yes.
Oh, good. Say, I've got the Magruders out here in the car. Okay to bring them in for a quick look around?
Not now. I'm busy.
Oh, come
Go
on.
away.
Come on, they're right here. It'll only take a second.
No, I'm busy, I tell you.
Oh, all right. I'll see you tomorrow. Coming! Oh, boy, is she plastered. Oh, see ya. Hello there.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Chandler.
Oh, that's really something, isn't it?
Yes, isn't it?
Well, the Magruders drove by yesterday and they just fell in love with it. They want their grandchildren to play in that beautiful work of art.
They do?
Yes. And they're upping the price to $60,000, but I know you're really...
You got a deal.
You mean it? What about your wife?
You were right. I am a typical emasculated American male fighting for his virility. But no more. Nell, come in here.
What's the matter? Oh, evening, Mrs. Chandler.
I've got news for you. I've sold the house for $60,000, and I don't want any arguments.
Darling, that's wonderful.
You don't mind?
No, I don't mind. I've been terribly selfish. You are a city boy, and with $60,000, we can really live in the city.
Oh, darling, thank you. Mwah. Keep writing that check, Mrs. Chandler.
Yes.
Oh, sweetheart, this really does call for champagne.
Here's the deposit.
Oh, thank you very much.
So tell me, Mrs. Nash, what really made you change your mind?
You heard me?
Oh, I heard you, but I didn't swallow it.
All right. I'll tell you. Only promise never tell to my husband.
Oh, sure. What kind of woman do you think I am?
That thing out there, I made a terrible, terrible mistake. It's hideous, and it's ruining my view, and he won't even use it.
Oh.
And I tell you something else. I am sick of the country, too, but I wouldn't admit it. No.
Well, I see. Well, now I'll tell you a little secret, but promise you won't tell your husband. I gave him a terrific sales pitch about how they love that thing, but they're going to pull it down.
They are.
That's where they're putting the swimming pool.
The swimming pool?
Yes!
Oh.
And they're going to start digging the day you move out.
Really?
Everybody happy?
Yes.
Oh. May I help you? Have we met before?
Oh,
you look familiar.
You don't remember me?
Oh, of course I do. How could I forget you?
Well, the time we spent together last year was fairly brief.
Oh, I know, but how could I forget such a vision of loveliness, such beauty, such charm? I've dreamt about you often over the last year, but the face in my dreams was never as beautiful as the face I see before me now.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I would like to renew our acquaintance, perhaps this evening with some wine in the moonlight.
Oh, that's quite an impressive bow, Mr. Davis.
Thank you.
It's all right if you'd like to get up now.
Well, that seems to be the problem. I'm having a little difficulty with my back.
Can I help you?
You could try to straighten me up.
Oh, all right. Just a minute. All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Oh, all right. I have an idea. Let's get you over to the couch. Easy now. Easy.
Hello, Mrs. Stancliffe. Lovely afternoon, isn't it?
My goodness sake. Oh, dear. Mrs. Stancliffe, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help him with his back. Oh, I don't know if you remember me. I'm Victoria Ambrose. I have a reservation.
Oh, well, welcome back to Rose Cottage.
Roses. That's it. Roses. Wine. Au revoir. Au revoir, ma chérie.
I must apologize for Mr. Davis. I do hope he wasn't bothering you.
Oh, well, not really. I met him briefly when I was here last year. I remember he was quite a character. Apparently, he hasn't changed. Instead of growing old gracefully, he's growing old disgracefully.
Yes, he is a unique individual. I will give you that. Now, shall we get you checked in?
Yes.
If you'll just sign this form, please.
Yes, of course.
Victoria Ambrose. Now, if I'm not being too forward, I know you have stayed here before, but that name does sound so familiar to me.
Oh, well, maybe you recognize my name from one of my novels.
Oh, that's it. Oh. Yes, of course. Oh, oh, I must apologize for Mr. Davis. I do hope he wasn't bothering you.
Oh, well, maybe you recognize my name from one of my novels.
Oh, that's it. Oh. Oh, oh, all right. I have an idea. Let's get you checked in. Oh, I must admit that on occasion I do indulge in a romance novel or two. I have read several of yours. Very racy, I might add. Are you working on anything new?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what I'm doing here. I have a deadline to meet with my publisher, and I'm really struggling to get the latest one finished. So I'm hoping that a few days here of peace and quiet will allow me to finish it.
It must be difficult to find the right words all the time.
Well, you know, sometimes it is, but this time it's not so much the words as it is trying to bring those two lovers together after 300 pages of misunderstandings have kept them apart. Oh, what I need is an original idea that rings true to life.
I'm sure you'll find it in the peace and quiet of Rose Cottage.
Let's hope so.
If it's not too bold, could I ever take a peek at your latest one sometime?
Oh, well, I guess it would be all right. I mean, most of it is still on the computer, but it just so happens I did print off the first few pages of the next part of the... Oh,
well, thank you. Oh, I shall look forward to reading them. Oh my. Oh, all right, well, we'll set that right there. Oh, now, shall we finish getting you checked in? Oh. So if you would just sign this form, please.
all right.
You will be staying in the Cajun Sunrise Rose Room.
Very good.
Now, I was just about to have a glass of iced tea with my gentleman caller, who appears to be late today.
Oh.
Would you care to join me before you go to your room?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Stancliffe. That would be so nice. Thank you. Oh, a gentleman caller, Sounds exciting.
Henry? Exciting? Those are not the words I would use to describe him. Although I am extremely fond of him, we just seem to be lacking the passion that your characters seem to have in their relationships. Oh, and I must admit, for the past few years, ever since the onset of the change, I just haven't felt much passion at all.
Oh, well.
Oh, well, I guess that's to be expected at my time of life. Here you go.
Thank you. Yes, I know what you mean.
Oh, my. Here I go again. 1 minute, I am just fine, and the next, I'm a roasting marshmallow.
Yes, been there, done that. Actually, I was hoping it was what you were reading here that was making you hot under the collar. Oh, for me, it's those terrible nighttime hot flashes that are the worst. Oh, what I wouldn't give for one good night's sleep without waking up drenched. Oh, you know, I've often wondered what it would be like if men had hot flashes instead of women. And what it would do to their libido. I mean, it just doesn't seem fair.
Oh, I know. My goodness, how do you manage to write such words?
Oh, what are you talking about?
He placed his hand upon her silken thigh and sent tremors through her heaving bosom.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is a little bit much, isn't
no, I love it. Her dark brown eyes glistened in the moonlight, and her ruby red lips trembled as his manhood pressed against her.
Well, I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
And I see here you've used your own name, Victoria, as one of your characters.
Yes, and you know something? That's the first time I've ever done that in one of my novels. But let me assure you, the character in the book is nothing at all like me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I must be getting tired after that long drive here.
Well. All right. Well, why don't you go and lie down here?
All right.
Let me help you.
Sure. Thank you.
This is a lovely room. I'm sure you'll be very comfortable in there. Yeah.
You can return the... Oh, hello.
Hello. I'm Henry Mitchell. May I pour you a glass of iced tea?
Oh, thank you, Henry. Yes. I'm Victoria Ambrose. Oh, dear. Mrs. Stancliffe left the manuscript on the table. Wait a minute. You must be her gentleman caller.
You're a writer?
Yes, romance novels. You know, I think the term gentleman caller went out in the 1800s.
Oh, I'd like to be called her husband, but I'm afraid gentleman caller is all I'm ever going to be.
Well, why do you say that, Henry?
She doesn't have any interest in me at all. I've been proposing to her for over 20 years, and I get precisely nowhere.
Oh.
Did you say Mrs. Stancliffe was reading this?
Yes, and she really seemed to be enjoying what she was reading.
Oh, well, she doesn't seem very interested in romance. Maybe I don't choose the right words.
Well, Henry, look. Maybe I can help you with the right words. I am a writer, after all. So tell me now, what do you say to her when you propose?
The same thing I have said to her for over 20 years. My dear Mrs. Stancliffe, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear?
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
All right. First of all, Henry, does she have a first name?
Of course. It's Buttercup.
Buttercup?
Yes, Buttercup.
All right, let's go with that. Buttercup. Now, Henry, listen to me. Do you think you could manage to say something like this? Oh, my beautiful Buttercup. Whenever you look at me, my heart skips a beat, and my passion knows no bounds. Whenever I see you, I stop breathing.
Oh, wow! This is terrific. Can I write this down?
Oh, all right. Okay. I cannot stand the thought of us being apart one more moment. I must taste those ruby lips, feel the softness of your tender touch. Oh, I cannot live another moment without knowing you will be mine forever. Please make me the happiest of men and say you'll be my wife.
You'll be my wife. Women like this sort of stuff?
Well, I think so. I've sold over 1 million books. So what have you got to lose, Henry? The next time you propose, give it a try. Oh, and it wouldn't hurt to get down on one knee either.
You must lead such an exciting and romantic life.
Well, not exactly. My books are full of passion and romance. But my personal life is most definitely not.
But Bud said that you and he were like together. And
What? Oh, no. No, absolutely not. In fact, I found him rather transparent in a harmless sort of way.
I must admit, his brain is called Mr. Zipper.
Oh.
I apologize. I hope I haven't offended you.
Oh, no, Henry, that's all right. That's all right. I'm not really offended at all. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Henry, I don't know what's come over me. Oh, I haven't felt like this in years. Oh, my goodness, I can't believe I'm feeling this way. Oh, Henry, please excuse me. I need to get some fresh air. Oh, my goodness sake. Oh, goodness, woo.
Ah, the beautiful butterfly returns. The strong arms you've been longing for are here, awaiting you.
You know, the last time we met, you promised me roses and champagne. So tell me, Bud, are you all promises, or do you ever deliver?
Do I deliver? The champagne have bubbles. I shall return in the twinkling of an eye, and in 5 minutes you will have your roses. your wine, and your Budley Studley.
I shall be waiting for you in my room.
Can we make that 10 minutes? I've got to check on my supplies of supplies. But you won't be disappointed.
Oh. Well, Henry, tell me, how did the proposal go?
Well, she reacted quite differently, but now I'm not sure if it was your words or something else.
But does it matter? She's changed, Henry. Now, if I were writing this in one of my novels, I might say, oh, give into the passion that dwells within your breast. Do that which up till now you have been afraid to whisper. Oh, I know I am. Good evening, Henry.
Oh, but... Sorry to disturb you, but Henry, Mr. Mitchell needs to have a few words with you.
Sure.
Venusia, Henry? Oh, you are full of surprises. Oh.
I hope we didn't disturb you, Miss Ambrose.
Oh, no, that's all right, Henry. I was going to take a break anyway.
I have a confession to make to you that might upset you.
Henry, look. Call me Victoria, please. This sounds ominous, Henry. Smile. I promise not to bite.
First off, I want to thank you again for all your help with Mrs. Stancliffe. Things were going better until my confession, which now leads me here to you.
Confession, Henry? Oh, I'm all ears.
In my lab at home, I have created a pill called Venusia, which is intended to boost a woman's libido. Yesterday, unknown to me, Mr. Davis took my pills and he put one of them in a glass of iced tea, which he intended Mrs. Stancliffe to drink. The problem was your arrival.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Henry.
No. That's not what I meant. I meant when you came, he left the iced tea on the buffet and either you or Mrs. Stancliffe drank it.
Oh, no!
Oh, please don't cry. It's made from a plant extract. It's an all-natural product and it can't harm you. I don't even know if it works.
Oh, Henry, I'm sorry. That's not it. You see, yesterday I started having these feelings I haven't felt in a long time, and I was so excited to have these feelings, and now I find out it might have been because of a pill.
Please, don't cry. I don't do well with crying women.
You don't do well with crying women? It's always about men, isn't it? You don't even care that I might have taken a pill. You don't even care that I don't have these feelings anymore. Sex. That's all you men ever care about.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Ambrose. I didn't mean to upset you. I really do care, and I find you very personable and attractive.
Oh, you do? Oh, Henry, I'm sorry. I don't know what's the matter with me. It's like my hormones have taken over and my mind is just along for the ride.
Why don't you keep it? Oh, Miss Beauregard. Miss Ambrose appears to be a little upset. I was wondering if you could lend me a hand.
Honey, are those tears? Why, my granny used to tell me that tears are nothing but the nectar of the soul pouring forth upon the earth.
You seem to be in very good hands, Miss Ambrose. If the two of you will excuse me, I'll see the both of you later.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's the matter. I can't seem to stop crying.
Now, why don't you tell me what those tears are all about?
I don't know. It doesn't take much for me to cry these days.
Well, my granny always said, no use crying a river of tears unless you have something to be crying about.
Well, you see, I'm a writer of romance novels, and I have a deadline to meet, and I can't seem to find the right words anymore.
You mean you got writer's block?
I guess so.
Is it the woods you can't find, or the romance to write about?
I think it's a little of both.
Well, honey, turn that frown upside down. It's your lucky day. Charmaine Beauregard to the rescue.
Oh, what do you mean?
Honey, I can't give the words, but I sure can give you stuff to write about.
Oh, really?
Why, when Ma Budley, Studley, and I meet up again this evening, you just take notes, and I'll give you meat for the bones of your next book. I always wanted to be a leading lady in a romance novel.
Me too.
No, honey child. You got more tears than a magnolia tree has blossoms in the springtime. We can't all be leading ladies.
I know, but you see, my body, I started having these feelings and I haven't felt them in a long time, and all of a sudden maybe I still had my sizzle left, and maybe I haven't given up
Whatever are you
ghost.
talking about?
Besides all the problems with my writing, I just found out I may have taken a pill that's meant to help menopausal women with their libido, and that's why I succumbed to Mr. Davis's charms.
What? Mr. Davis? Succumbed?
Well, nothing happened, but I did invite him to my room.
Did he accept the invitation?
Yes.
Well, if that don't put pepper in the gumbo, he's nothing but a two-timing tomcat.
You mean he was with you, too?
Yes, but nothing happened, and now I know why. Oh, my butler, Studley, how could you do this to me? I didn't expect you to be faithful, but not in the same house, on the same day, at the same time.
It's gotten quite chilly in here. Oh, why can you never have a good hot flash when you need one? Oh, in heaven's name! What is going on? What has that little weasel been up to now?
My Budley Studley was dilly-dallying with both of us.
At the same time.
My Budley Dudley do-right done me wrong.
Oh, that lower than a snake's belly. How dare he? Wanting me to take that pill. Oh, my bed and breakfast. What's to become of his reputation with that little skunk around?
Are you all weeping?
Bud!
What about Bud?
Well, he's always coming in doing
Whoa. One at a time, please. He has two-time me.
And I'm the two-timer he two-timed with.
And it's all because of that pill Bud gave us.
What pill?
Well, it's supposed to increase the libido in menopausal women, and it's called...
Venusia.
How do you know what it's called?
Ladies, I'm afraid I have a confession to make. I'm an old friend of Mr. Mitchell's, and he asked me to help him. I used to work with him. He asked me to be the guinea pig and to try out his Venusia pills. And I agreed in the name of science. But what I don't understand is how Bud got his hands on them. I thought Henry had given them all to me. Oh, and I'm afraid it's 3 timing.
You too?
Well, nothing happened, but it could have.
Why, that weasel was busier than a one-legged man at a butt-kicking contest.
You mean the pills really work?
Well, the results are not yet conclusive. We really can't be sure.
I didn't take a pill. Maybe it really is Bud the Stud.
Either way, he needs to be taught a lesson.
Thinks the sun comes up just to hear him crow. That rooster needs to come down off his henhouse roof.
You know, in all the novels I've written, I never imagined a man as disgusting as Bud.
Well, now, wait a minute, ladies. Didn't we all succumb to Bud's charms? I know I did.
Be that as it may, what he did was wrong.
Yes.
May I see the pills?
Sure, I'll go get them.
I, of course, don't ever need pills like that. But if they really do work, it can't hurt.
And you know, I did feel a little different yesterday.
So did I.
Here they are.
Oh, why, these little blue pills look just like those Viagra pills that Bud seems to live on.
That's it. That's how we fix Bud the Stud.
What do you mean?
Well, we swap out Bud's Viagra for the Venusia. He won't know the difference. And Bud the Stud will become
Bud the Dud!
Wait a minute. How do we get Bud's pills away from him?
Leave it to me. His ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower. I'm sure I can get him into my room and ready for action.
Well, I can do that too.
Oh, I'll be the backup.
And I wouldn't mind being in on this as well.
Okay, ladies, I will just put these pills over here. Now, whoever is the first one to get their hands on Bud's Viagra pills can swap them out.
Ladies, believe me, when a man thinks he's going to the promised land, his engine is running. But ain't nobody driving. I'll have no problem getting those pills from Bud. Victoria, you stand by. I'll make sure he leaves them out here, and then I'll get him into my room. That's when you can make the switch.
Ladies, it is precisely 4:48 post-meridian, and if I have calculated correctly, Bud will be creeping back in here at any minute.
Okay, everybody, stand by in your rooms.
And I'll be in my office.
I can barely see you.
Henry, listen, I think I owe you an apology for all that weeping and wailing I did before. I think I'm just menopausally challenged today.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Nice bear, Henry. Oh, good touch for you. I guess things are going well.
Well, things were going better until this Venusia mix-up, and now I feel like I might be on shaky ground.
Oh, dear.
So I bought this bear, and I wrote some words to go with it.
Okay.
If you're not busy, would you mind if I practice them on you?
Oh, not at all.
Please, sit down.
Okay.
Oh, my beautiful Buttercup.
Oh, yeah.
I have bought you this bear because it reminds me of your beauty. You are not hairy like this bear, but you have beautiful hair. Bears like to eat honey, and I want you to be my honey. Bears are warm and cuddly, and I think you are too. Bears are beautiful, and so are you. I do not want to marry this bear, but I want to marry you. So what do you think?
Well, what I think, Henry, is you must be a brilliant scientist.
No good, huh?
Well, it was a little bit different, but don't worry. Let's punch it up a little bit. Let me jot down a few things for you.
Oh, that would be terrific.
Okay, good.
I bet you can tell I'm not much of a writer.
Well, Henry, we can't be all good at everything, you know. I seem to be all words and no action.
Well, that's better than me. No words and no action.
Oh. Okay, Henry. Let's give that a try.
Oh, wow. This is really terrific. Can I practice it on you?
Oh, Henry, spontaneity is not your middle name, is it? Of course. Go right ahead.
Please accept this bear as a symbol of my love for you. Your hair, glistening in the moonlight, outshines the stars themselves. I can only imagine that your kiss tastes like the nectar of the gods, sweeter than honey itself. The dream of cuddling you on a cold winter's night brings warmth to my heart and puts fire to my loins. Share my life, my love, my bed. You are like the face that launched 1,000 ships. Marry me, my Helen of Troy.
Henry, how could you?
How could I what?
Propose to Miss Ambrose. You hardly know her.
Oh, Henry, it looks like we found the right words. Oh, Mrs. Stancliffe, the proposal is for you. Henry was nervous, and he wanted to make it just perfect. So he was practicing with me. Oh, boy, I wish I had a man like Henry in my life. You are one lucky lady. Good luck, Henry.
Were those words really for me?
Yes, my love.
Well, I don't know what to say.
You could say yes.
Henry, I'm going to go change into something a little more comfortable. And when I return in precisely 10 3/4 minutes, I would love to listen to you and your beautiful proposal.
Does this mean, is it possible? Could it really happen? Oh, Buttercup! Oh.
This? Romance novel heroes don't cry.
You'll have to excuse me. All of a sudden, it's quite warm in here. I think I better get some air. Oh.
Is he all right?
I'm not sure. He's acting very strangely. If he was a woman, I'd say he was having hot flashes. I don't seem to be getting anywhere with him. But did I give you anything to write about?
Oh, you sure did, Charmaine. Thank you. You were terrific. Oh, does Hillary know that Operation Bud the Dud is a success?
No, we better let her know.
Will you tell her? I've got to get back to my writing.
Hi, do you have a minute?
Oh, sure.
I have something to tell you.
Oh, that's great. So what's up?
Henry is menopausal.
What?
Yes, It looks like Henry, by accident, took some of his own Venusia pills. And it appears that the pills give men female menopausal symptoms.
What a riot!
Oh, my stars and garters. Why, Bud was popping them faster than a pig eats pecans.
Well, wait a minute. Does that mean Bud is menopausal too?
Well, we can't be sure, but probably. Oh, poor Henry. He was having hot flashes, crying at the drop of a hat, cranky as all get out, feeling fat and calling me insensitive.
Oh my, those sure sound like menopausal symptoms. Now wait, what about Bud?
If Rod is right, that tomcat will get what's coming to him.
Well, I understand that, but if Bud is feeling anything like Henry, I can't help but feel sorry for him. I wouldn't wish menopausal symptoms on my worst enemy.
Well, let me tell you something. I don't feel sorry for them. Their symptoms are temporary. Ours are permanent. Let them get a taste. Let them get a taste of what we go through. Maybe Bud will learn his lesson. Well, girls, I'd love to sit and chat, but I've got to finish my writing. Oh, Charmaine, thanks to you, I'm almost done. Woo-hoo.
You know, if
Yours forever, he whispered, as she led him toward a night of unbridled passion. Oh.
why, that Henry, he's more slippery than a well-oiled penny on a wet bar soap. I felt about as welcome as a skunk at a lawn party.
Well, listen, Charmaine, I have to thank you. I am so grateful to you. I finished my book, and I can't wait to start on the next one. Oh, Charmaine, you don't look too great. Do you feel okay?
Well, honey, that's because I struck out here.
Oh.
You know, my granny always said, when the door closes, find an open window.
Well, what are you going to do now?
I'm fixing to head back home. There's a young lawman in town I've had my eye on for some weeks now. Hey, have you ever thought about writing a modern romance in the heart of Dixie?
You know, that's a great idea, but I don't know anything about the South.
Well, honey, better now than never. Come stay with me for a little while. You know I'll give you lots to write about.
Oh, Charmaine, you've got it, girl. Consider my bags packed.
Honey, when you get to Dixie, you're going to learn that us Southern ladies aren't always ladies.
Woohoo! And the gentlemen?
Aren't always gentlemen.
Woohoo! Hey, wait a minute. You've just given me the idea for my next book title. Sex, Please, We're Southern.
Well, strip my gears and call me shiftless.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Dear little Portia, I do love that dog. I wonder how she'd look over the mantelpiece. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Portia, stop it. Stop it. Willie, would you please get the door? I'm having trouble with my shoe.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm still in my robe. I simply can't do things as quickly with this damn sling on my arm.
Well, then you shouldn't have invited your friends for the weekend and on Christmas Eve, too.
Oh, but that makes it more festive. Besides, none of them has any other family to speak of.
Oh, Balderdash, I find that very odd. You were shot just 2 weeks ago, and you need time to recover.
Oh, I am recovered. I'm simply lame at the moment, like Richard III. I am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking lass.
Willie.
I am rudely stamped
would you
in what
please
loves
stop it?
majesty to strut before wanton ambling nymph.
Willie,
And
this is
so
not the
lamely
time.
and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I halt by
Willie,
them.
there are people waiting at the door, Willie, for heaven's sakes.
Oh, Mother, I can't answer the door in my bathrobe. I'm not eccentric.
Oh, you're a big help. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's like living in a madhouse with the gatekeeper on holiday. Oh, my goodness. Just a minute. I'm coming. Just a minute. All right. Hello, who is it?
It's Simon.
And Aggie.
And oh my gosh, is there a speaker in the door or something?
Yes, dear, it's called a speakerphone, and it's one of Willie's harebrained ideas.
Mrs. Gillette?
Yes, Aggie, how nice to meet you, dear.
Oh, this is amazing. It's like Flash Gordon or something.
Well, where are you then?
Well, I'm in the drawing room right now, dear, but I'm still getting dressed.
You're in the drawing room getting dressed? Does it have a window so I can watch?
Oh, stop it, you terrible boy.
The door seems to be unlocked. Shall we come straight in?
Oh, yes, dear, please do. And bring the delinquent with you.
Holy smokes!
Wow. This is where God would live if he could afford it.
Mrs. Gillette?
Aggie Wheeler, after all this time, I can't believe we haven't met before.
Oh, neither can I.
Yes, and it's so good to see you.
Well, I've heard a lot about you from William.
Yes, Willie simply raves about you.
Well, he's wonderful.
Yes.
Doggone it, you've already finished dressing.
Oh, stop it, you wicked creature. Get over here.
Oh, marry me now before the baby arrives.
My goodness. You come here. Oh, good to see you. I've known this young man since he was an extra in Pride and Prejudice. I played Mrs. Bennet.
Oh, I wish I'd seen it.
Oh, yes, I had to pretend. I was a little dotty and not quite all there, you know.
It was quite a stretch.
Hey, you be quiet.
So did you make me a Christmas present?
Yes.
You know how I love your presents. Last year, she made me her famous peach preserves.
Did.
I was doubled over with joy for 3 days.
What?
I don't know.
This is for you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, Aggie, it's beautiful. Thank you.
This house is amazing. It must have cost the earth.
Well, you know Willie. He never does anything by halves.
When did you move in?
Let's see. It's been about 3 months now.
Oh, and how is he feeling?
You know, he scared me to death getting shot like that. And now he thinks he wants to catch the culprit himself. I say to him, Willie, you're not a policeman. But he locks himself up for hours in his laboratory.
You have a laboratory?
Oh, my dear, this house has everything. Just watch this. Oh!
Wow.
Isn't that wonderful?
My goodness. Hey. Wow.
This is one of Willie's favorites, along with the miniature railroad, the electric snow shovel, and the exploding monkey. Oh, that must be Felix and Madge. I'll be right back.
That's amazing. Are you holding up all right?
I think so.
No, he'll be fine.
Oh, my darlings. I brought us some bubbly so we can really celebrate.
Now you're talking.
That looks awfully heavy. Let me help.
Oh, you're such a dear. He always looks after me, unlike some children I know who shall remain unnamed.
An ill-favored thing, sir, but mine own.
Oh, Willie, stop it, for heaven's sakes. He can be so annoying, especially since he got shot. He's so proud of it. Oh, Willie, by the way, dear, where's Barnes? I can't seem to find him anywhere.
Who's Barnes?
He's our butler. Can you imagine? We have a butler.
I gave him the night off.
What?
Well, he looked tired, and we're all family, really.
Oh, Willie, how could you? And with your bad arm, you can't even help me.
Oh, of course I can. Look, I've been meaning to do this now for 2 days.
Oh, Willie.
Here, frame it.
Oh.
We'll call it a farewell to arms.
So I suppose there's been no progress in finding the man who shot you.
No, the police seem to be stuck. But I think I found something.
What did you find?
Do you remember that note that was stuck on the stage room door the day of the shooting?
The stage door.
Yeah.
I do. Old Noxie told me that the envelope was addressed to you, but that the note was blank.
Yeah, the police seem to have lost interest in it, but I subjected it to some tests upstairs in my laboratory, and you see, it took a few tries, and in the end, it was just a matter of trial and error. Here, take a look. I added some sodium carbonate to the alcohol, and you see, it's just not the heat doing it, but the chemicals as well.
Look!
Dear Mr. Holmes, bang. You're dead.
Well, then they were trying to kill you.
Wait, there's more. HVIII135. It's like a cipher.
Well, maybe it's a German code, you know, with Hitler and all.
Possibly. On the other hand, Aggie, would you hand me that Shakespeare in the book stand? You see, not many people know this, but when Sherlock Holmes says, "The game's afoot" in The Adventures of Abbey Grange, he is, in fact, quoting Shakespeare.
Well, which play?
Well, HVIII, Henry VIII.
That's a wonderful guess, Simon, but it's wrong.
Henry V.
Of course.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends, once more, or close the wallop with our English dead.
I see you stand like greyhounds in the slips, straining upon the start. The game's afoot.
So HV is Henry V?
And III135 is...
Act 3, Scene 1, Line 35. At the marking.
Wow, the game's afoot. Oh,
Oh, and that was left for you at the stage door. Well, that's rather creepy.
But what does it mean?
It means whoever wrote this is seriously crazy.
There's something more, isn't there? Let me see that. There's a watermark.
What's a watermark?
It's an impression pressed into the paper when it's manufactured.
It's a sort of advertisement. Hotels do it in businesses.
Oh, Christ.
What?
Where's it from?
The Palace Theater.
Oh, no.
I'm not following this.
It means that whoever wrote this had access to theater stationery. It means they worked at our theater.
Oh, no.
They could have been part of our stage crew.
Or a producer?
Or an actor.
Well, Willie, you sure made it a jolly Christmas.
Oh, stop it. We shouldn't be jumping to any conclusions. Someone could have swiped the paper, in which case none of us would have been involved at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, I say, here's to the swiper. Cheers.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yes. And while I say, while we have our cups raised and we're all in a jolly mood, I have an announcement, if I may.
Go ahead.
You see, Aggie and I are married.
What?
You mean engaged?
No, married 4 weeks ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Oh, a beautiful bride.
Thank you, Fiona.
Oh, so wonderful.
Congratulations, old boy.
He tells me nothing. My son tells me nothing at all.
Well, we were going to tell you after the run of the show, but then the shooting happened.
Oh, yes. Oh, Willie, isn't it marvelous news, dear?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
And Aggie, my dear, you're so brave to get married again after what happened the last time.
Mother.
Well, she is, isn't she? I mean, her husband died on their honeymoon, didn't he? That's what
Mother,
I heard.
for heaven's sakes.
Well, you're right, Mrs. Gillette. He did die, and I don't mind talking about it. In fact, talking about it makes it more bearable.
There, are you satisfied? Now, Aggie, come over here. Sit down with me and tell me what happened. I want to know everything.
Well, there really isn't much to tell. Hugo and I, that was my husband. We were married just a little over a year ago, and we went to Killington in Vermont to ski for our honeymoon.
Oh, did you really? I heard that's very expensive.
Well, her husband was quite well off.
You know, that's what I heard. They said he was loaded, one of the richest men.
That's it. I give up.
Willie, for heaven's sakes, I hate it when people beat around the bush. It's like you and Penelope. You were married, she died, you miss her, and there's an end to it. And doesn't it make you feel better to talk about it?
Yes, it does.
Thank you. Now go ahead, dear, spill the beans.
Well, my husband was an excellent skier, but he decided to try the Black Diamond Slope, which is the most dangerous one at the resort. Well, Hugo got all dressed in his goggle and his jacket, and the attendant tightened his gloves and his boots, and Hugo set off down the hill as happy as I'd ever seen him. And then
Yes?
the strap of his fruit just broke somehow when he was coming down the hill, and the skis came apart or something, and he lost control at the iciest part of the slope and hit a tree and died instantly.
Oh, no.
I must have been in shock at first because I was talking to people and pretending that things were manageable. But by the end of the first night, I was shaking so hard I couldn't stop.
Oh, goodness, and you were all alone.
Well, not for long. She had the good sense to wire me. We've been best friends for ages, and I was in a play in New York at the time.
And he dropped everything and arrived the next day. He was a great comfort.
And the rest is history. Oh, how romantic.
In a lugubrious sort of way.
Oh, don't you start. Martha's right. You have to face up to life no matter what the world throws at you, no matter how difficult it can get sometimes. You just have to say, to hell with the bastards and go on living.
That's my girl. Let's cheer things up with a little music, shall we?
To the happy couple.
The happy couple.
The forecast, cloudy skies with flurries today. We can expect up to an inch of snow and a high of only 30.
Ooh. There you go.
I think our final guest has arrived, and she's pulling up to the dock this moment.
There's someone else?
Who is it?
Guesses?
Oh, Willie.
In the show?
Oh, not in the show, but in show business.
Do we know her?
You certainly know of her.
Oh, Willie,
I
for
smell
heaven's
trouble.
sakes. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Willie, stop being coy. He could drive St. Joan to drink. Just tell us who it is.
Okay, it's Daria Chase.
But she's awful.
She's worse than that.
I met her at a party once, and she completely snubbed me.
She gave me the worst review I ever had in my life. It was a costume drama with Joan Crawford, no less. She said the radiant Miss Crawford came on to the clicking of high heels, followed by a lump of roast beef.
She said, I played Hamlet's mother, looking like a worried hamster.
I was at a play last year in a swimsuit, and she wrote, Simon Bright's audacity in the role was largely in excess of his equipment.
Well, she's clever at least.
She's a spiteful, gossip-mongering Harridan bitch, and you owe us all an explanation.
She's what?
All right, fine. She's writing a profile of me for Vanity Fair and has to come to one of our weekends. Now, like it or not, Daria Chase is the most influential columnist in the country. Any profile of me will give us more free publicity than, well, if I'd shot Lincoln. Now, as a courtesy to me, I suggested that you at least be civil to Miss Chase and get off your fannies and greet her at the dock. Thank you.
Exit ungrateful guests, shuffling feet.
You're up to something, aren't you?
I'm your heart, your soul. After that ghastly shooting, I thought I'd never see you again. That or I'd find you limping like a broken lion to the final watering hole.
Oh, and yet here I am, right as rain and twice as healthy. Daria, you look magnificent.
Oh, please. I simply grabbed whatever was hanging in my sad little closet as I bounded out of New York City for the countryside on Christmas Eve. And my God, just smell the air out here. I haven't smelled air like this since I was a little girl growing up in Kansas or wherever it was with all those divine little cows and things. How lucky you are to have all this nature to comfort you.
Just like that famous painting on the grass, but with our clothes on.
Ah, Felix, my dear, how are you?
Not as well as you, obviously.
Oh, please. My beauty is superficial, and yours? is on the inside. Imagine, my dear, we go back a ways, don't we? I remember when I first came to New York as a youngster, how I looked up to you with all your years of experience.
And yet my friends and I all called you Mother.
Oh, stop it. That's impossible. You didn't have any friends.
I had Felix.
And didn't everyone?
Daria, let me introduce you to the rest of the clan. This is my mother, Martha Gillette.
How do you do? We met before, very briefly at a party, but I do read your column. In fact, I keep it right next to my bed every night in case I can't fall asleep.
Mother!
What a witty thing to say, and so unexpected.
Daria, so good to see you.
Oh, Simon, my dear, you're looking very well.
Oh, as do you.
I didn't know that you two knew each other.
Of course we do. We met at Killington at the big weekend. I was there for the skiing and those divine parties. And then after I left, your husband had that ghastly accident, didn't he?
Yes.
I was so upset. If I would have stayed, I would have had one of the biggest scoops of the whole year.
Yeah.
And poor you, that must have been quite upsetting.
I bet you don't know they're married now.
For 4 weeks.
4 weeks, 2 days, and 6 hours. I'm particularly proud of the 6 hours, so I can really stick with it.
Oh, the truth is, I do know about it, and I plan to put it in my column on Monday morning. Why, just look at the two of you, your headline news. 1 minute you're character actors, and the next minute you've inherited half the Pacific Northwest.
What do you mean?
What do I? Darling, you've just married the merry widow of Manhattan, for God's sake.
Oh, Daria, you're wrong. Hugo didn't leave her anything.
Excuse me, but I am a reporter. When I found the records on your marriage, I happened to see Hugo's will and testament. He left you everything, didn't he? All his millions.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, he did.
Aggie!
Why didn't you tell us?
Wonderful.
I don't know. I didn't want it to affect my relationship with anyone. They treat me differently. You know they will.
We don't do that.
But does that mean I'm rich?
Uh-huh.
Very rich?
Uh-huh.
You may touch me. I'm rich. You just made my day.
I must say, this cast of yours gives me endless things to write about. It's like I invented you just for the purpose.
Well, we'd rather you wrote about the play and not us.
Oh, nonsense. Of course you wouldn't. Everyone wants publicity. It's magic, and it's changing the world. Look at me. I'm a sorceress. A wave of the pen, and I can make you a star. Poof. Publicity equals fame equals money. It's like a drug, but it never stops.
Oh.
And I must say, all of you have been hogging the limelight quite beautifully lately, haven't you? First the shooting, which in itself must have doubled my readership, then the inheritance, and now the murder.
What? Murder?
What? Murder?
No, you mean the shooting?
No, I mean the murder this morning.
Today?
Don't tell me you don't.
No.
Do you know about it?
Willie?
I'm afraid I do, but I was going to tell everyone after dinner.
Who was murdered?
Noggs.
What? Stage doorman now?
Yes, the police called me to identify the body this morning. Apparently it happened late last night.
Oh, I was there.
Excuse me?
At your theater last night. Not at the murder, of course.
But there's no show on there at the moment.
Oh, I was doing background work for my article.
Did you see Knox there?
Yes, I did when I went in, but he was murdered apparently while I was inside.
But who would murder him? Poor old Nogsy.
Well, perhaps he saw something related to the shooting, or he overheard someone talking about it.
Well, could it have been an accident?
Or natural causes, like a heart attack?
That would be very comforting indeed, but I'm afraid his throat was cut from ear to ear with a razor blade.
Oh, my God.
There's a storm brewing.
And I have a feeling it's going to get quite nasty before it's over.
Oh, nonsense. It's Christmas Eve. Now let's have dinner. Come on, everybody. Right this way. Follow me. Come on. Come on.
Felix, my darling, will you take me in?
Dancing.
Oh, come now. I have something planned that's better than all of those put together. I'll give you a hint. It involves shimmering images.
Oh, Willie.
You have a screening room like they do in Hollywood.
No, but a good guess.
A slideshow.
Oh, a walk in the moonlight.
Clever, but unlikely under the circumstances.
Oh, Willie, for heaven's sakes, what is it?
What do you say to a seance?
A seance?
When churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes contagion into this world.
Is that where we hold hands and talk to dead people?
Oh, no, we don't say dead. We say passed over.
Or we say lunatic head of acting company forces guests through traumatic evening.
Yeah. So are you really a believer?
Yes. At least I'm getting to be. Conan Doyle got me started. He's quite fanatical about it.
Well, don't we need a medium?
Indeed we do. And tonight, we have the best in the business. Daria Chase.
I knew it. I knew you were up to something.
I'm warning you all right now. I take this very seriously.
Daria, when did you begin involved in this sort of
Oh,
thing?
I've been a medium since I was 15. I was staying in Paris with my aunt and uncle, who were in grief over the loss of their daughter, my cousin Clemence. The family dabbled in these things, and one night they included me in their ceremony. They were trying to contact Clemence and having no luck when suddenly, without warning, she started speaking through me, through my lips.
That must have hurt.
It was exhilarating.
But why have a seance tonight? Who are we contacting?
Guesses?
Nugs.
But why?
Because, dear boy, he must have overheard something in one of the dressing rooms. The plot to kill Gillette, presumably. So, if he tells us what he saw or heard, or the name of the person who slit his throat, then the mystery is solved, am I right?
Exactly.
No, that means we're all suspects.
Oh, no, not at all. You could say it was the understudy or the wardrobe mistress.
Or my Aunt Fanny.
Let's go.
The table will be our center, our portal. Please bring a chair.
Aggie, come with me.
Incidentally, there was a call this afternoon from a young woman. Said her name was Sampson.
Oh, no.
Is there a problem?
Well, she's an old friend. A girlfriend, actually. Now, she knows I'm married, but she persists in calling.
Good. Now look around and feel the presence of the other persons in the room. Look at your friends, where they're standing, how they look. Very good. Now I'm going to lower the lights. And I want each of you to take a seat at the table.
Thank you, dear.
Oh, I'm feeling creepy already.
You are creepy already.
Keep quiet.
Now I'm going to put some music on, just to calm things down. The mood in the room is very important.
That's nice music.
Let the mood relax you. Let it enter your bodies. Slowly, deeply.
I could get used to this.
Does it always work? I mean, are you always successful in reaching someone?
Oh no, quite the contrary. All we can do is create the proper atmosphere and hope that someone from the other side will want to join us.
We could serve drinks.
My contact is a young actress who was murdered by her husband in 1820 in London after a performance of Othello. He thought she was committing adultery with her leading man.
Life imitates art.
Oh, isn't that comforting?
Now put your hands on the table, fingers touching.
My name is Contract. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Laurentia, are you there?
What?
Laurentia, this is Daria. Could you come and visit with us? Laurentia, I think you would like this visit because you would be doing someone a big favor.
Oh, good God.
Simon, stop it.
That wasn't me.
Is that you, Laurentia?
I think we should put a stop to this.
Don't be a baby.
I'm telling you, this is a bad idea.
You two be quiet.
Thank you for coming. I deeply appreciate it. Now, Laurentia, listen carefully. Someone named Noggs, the stage doorman at the Palace Theater, was murdered recently, and we are hoping that you could bring him here so we could ask him some questions. Are you willing to help us, Laurentia? Oh, thank you, my darling. Is there anything you would like us to do? Stop. Don't break the connection. Now, is there anything you would like to say, dear? Laurentia, are you still there? Laurentia, please.
Murder! Oh my God!
Murder!
Willie,
Madge?
what's happening?
Confess or die.
What?
No, but no, I didn't do anything.
Confess or die.
Well, but I have nothing to confess.
Confess or die.
Make her stop.
No, leave her alone.
Madge, stop this nonsense. I don't believe it for a single...
She's not pointing at you, she's pointing out the window.
Where?
There must be
Through
something
there.
out
Someone
there.
right there?
Goodness, let's look.
There's someone at the door.
I can't
I
see
think
anything.
I see a shadow.
Where?
It's so dark.
Yeah, look over there. Is something moving?
No.
Oh, no.
No, don't touch her. Whoever killed Noggs is next, so I beg of you, confess it.
Get help!
Confess it now.
Madge!
No one?
Did you call somebody? Madge!
Well, that didn't work very well, did it?
It was a good try anyway.
Well, now we're going to get yelled at. I can just feel it.
Madge?
I'm sorry, darling. It was all his idea. And the knife was from that production of The Maid of Turkey, and the blood was from Titus.
You mean this was a joke?
Well, not a joke exactly.
Not a joke at all. We're trying to find a murderer.
Which means you do suspect one of us.
Not exactly.
I was frightened to death.
Well, I had my suspicions.
Oh, you did.
I'm sorry, old man.
Don't touch me, you idiot.
Darling.
Don't speak to me.
Excuse me, but someone is trying to kill me, and I would like to stop them before it's too late.
Oh, Willie, that was so thoughtful. How would you do something like that?
How dare you?
Daria, I'm very sorry.
How dare you? Is that all this was to you, a parlor game?
No, not at all.
Am I a figure of fun? Is that what you think of me?
Now, Daria, I don't want you to think I had anything to do
Oh,
with this.
shut up, you little worm. All you ever wanted was her money.
Well, that's not true. That's a lie. That's a dirty...
Simon.
And you. Just look at you and your two-bit actor husband. The man you adore, the man you would defend to the death. Has he told you yet that we slept together? That he made love to me in a New York hotel room?
One night. Big mistake. No fun at all.
No, Felix.
And you, Mr. High and Mighty, the great William Gillette. Just wait till I get through with you and my article. Pompous man, pompous actor.
Leave him alone. You don't deserve to clean his shoes, you horrible...
Shut up. Believe me, you will never work in the theater again, let alone star in anything. People will laugh at you and your rude mother and your adoring girlfriend.
She's my wife.
Oh, and she's in love with him. Don't you see anything, you stupid fool? Now leave me alone, all of you. Just get out of my sight.
But this is my house.
And I will be leaving it as soon as possible, but for the moment I would like some privacy.
It was just sex. It took 5 minutes. 3 minutes. It went by so fast, I don't remember it.
It's not true. Simon, please. Simon.
Hello?
What do you want?
Well, I thought you might like a cup of tea to help you calm down.
I am perfectly calm, so please don't bother.
Oh, it's no bother at all. And I'm sure everybody feels very sorry for hurting your feelings, It was quite unintentional, you know.
It was not unintentional at all. Your son knew exactly what he was doing, which was using the seance for his own ends.
But my son is in danger. Someone is trying to kill him. You must admit he has to do something about it.
I admit to no such thing, thank you very much. The police are handling the case quite competently, I'm sure. Just because your son has neurotic delusions of being Sherlock Holmes is no reason to make the rest of us suffer.
He has no delusions at all.
Oh, please, with his little gadgets and his railroads and his laboratory. You know, I think he's actually insane. No, really. Insane. A madman, and should be put away.
How dare you say that? How dare you? It's you who should be put away with your rudeness and your mediums and your seances.
Oh, shut up.
I knew girls like you when I was growing up. The bad girls, we called them. The malicious ones. They pretended they knew things because they were insecure.
Insecure?
Yes. They bullied people who were afraid of them. They spread rumors and lies because they were unpopular.
Get out. Get out. Get out of my sight, you old hag, and just remember, I will ruin your son. He'll be the laughing stock of the profession, and he'll never work again. Now leave me.
I meant to leave this with you, but I took it with me by mistake.
Mother?
Willie,
stay out of
dear.
this room.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Mother, there's something I don't want you to see.
Oh, who are you speaking with?
Would you hold on a moment, please? The police, actually.
Oh,
Mother, now listen to me. Brace yourself.
Okay.
This is going to be very upsetting. Daria is dead.
Yes, I know, dear. I killed her.
What did you say?
I said I killed Daria.
But she was murdered.
Yes, that was me, I'm afraid.
I'll have to call you back.
What did I do?
Mother, what happened?
Well, she just made me so angry the way she talked to you that I lost my temper.
But she was only threatening you.
Well, she would have done it too.
She was evil. She was ruthless. She was a theater critic, for God's sake.
Oh, Willie. I suppose I'll go to jail now, won't I?
No. I won't let that happen. I promise you.
Oh, but how is that possible?
I'm not sure yet. But you're going to have to do everything I say.
Oh, all right, I can try.
Okay, now, I want you to go upstairs. I want you to take one of your pills. It'll make you sleepy. No. Take two.
All right, Willie. I'll go.
Good.
I'll go. Oh, but Willie, when I take two, I can't even see straight.
Good. Then go straight to bed. We'll discuss it in the morning.
All right.
Good.
All right, Willie. Willie, I'm so sorry for doing such a terrible thing, but I couldn't let her hurt you. I just couldn't.
I understand. Now, if you go straight to bed, you promise.
All right. Willie, dear. Nighty-night.
Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh, Willie. Oh, I just love you so much.
And I love you too.
All right.
Incidentally, that taxi Daria ordered before she died, I canceled it. I took the view that she wouldn't need it once she was dead. Good night, dear.
Oh, my... Mother?
Hello, Willie.
Mother, what are you doing down here?
Well, I heard a scream and it woke me up. At least I think it was a scream. It could have been a tea kettle.
Okay, Mother, back to bed right now.
Oh, no,
There we go.
don't be silly. I'm perfectly fine. Oh,
hello. Are you a stranger?
Oh, yes, I am, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's all right. I like strange men, don't I, Willie? Sometimes, if they're nice. Are you nice?
Well, I like to think so.
Mother, how many sleeping pills did you take?
What? They make me sleepy.
All right then, Mother, back to bed. Yes, right now. Here,
Willie, I'm fine. Really. How do you do? I'm Martha Gillette.
Inspector Goring, Middlesex County Police Department.
Police! Oh, Willie!
Hey, Mother.
We knew it would. Just knew it. Oh.
So she knows about the murder then.
Of course I know. How could I not know when I'm the one?
Mother, don't say anything.
Oh,
not a word.
But Willie, we knew it would come to this, and I just want to get it over with. It is a far, far better thing I do than I've ever done before. It's a far, far better place I go.
Hey, Inspector, listen to me. I didn't want my mother to hear this, but I killed Daria Chase. I'm turning myself in.
Willie?
My God, are you serious?
Yes, she threatened to ruin my career, and I couldn't stand by and let her do it.
Willie, don't listen to him.
Oh, Mother, please. The inspector can see you couldn't possibly do it. You're too old.
What? You come over here and say that, and I'll knock you down.
Will you both be quiet?
Mother.
Willie, how could I do such a terrible thing? And I didn't mean to do it. She just made me so angry.
You didn't mean to?
No, I just wanted to make her sick and teach her a lesson.
Excuse us a moment. Mother, you must have known it would kill her.
No, I didn't. I just thought, you can't talk to my son that way. I'll make you suffer first. I'll make you sick as a dog.
But you stabbed her in the back.
What are you talking about? How could I stab anybody?
You took that knife from the wall and then... Oh, my God. You didn't kill her.
I didn't?
Hey, Mother, what did you say a moment ago about getting sick or something?
Yeah, I told her I'd make her sick as a dog the way she threatened you and...
That's it.
What are you talking...
Be quiet. Listen.
Willie?
Listen.
Willie, I don't hear anything.
Neither do I.
It's the case of the dog in the night.
But, Willie, I don't hear a dog.
Exactly. Mother, quickly, go find Portia.
Well, what has Portia got to do with it?
She may be ill, or she might be... Oh, Mother, please, just go find Portia.
All right, Willie, I'll go.
Inspector,
Right.
I withdraw my confession. I just had a thought. If Aggie and Simon didn't kill Daria, who did?
Oh, sorry, my dears. I'm really sorry. I can see that you're all so busy. But there's something I forgot to do. Oh, dear, now what was it? Oh, of course. How could I forget this? We can't leave it just laying around anywhere now, can we? Oh, no. It might still have my fingerprints on it. Oh, they think I was crazy as a bedbug.
Mother?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, but I had to do it. She would have ruined you. Now, let's see. Everything's perfect again, and we can all go to bed. Merry Christmas. Oh, Buttercup. Yes, dear?
Telephone.
Oh, no, not with all of them in there. Just say I'm busy.
But, Mother, it's a society editor of the Evening Newsbeat.
Oh, the society editor. She's very important. Ooh. Hello, Miss Ellerby. This is Vita Simmons. Yes, a tea and reception for the Wednesday Forum. You might say a program tea. My mother, you know, the late Marcella Pinney Dowd. Oh, pioneer cultural leader. She came here in an ox cart as a child, and she founded the Wednesday Forum. Yes, what's that? Oh, all right. Just a minute. Myrtle, how many would you say?
75 at least. Say 100.
75, yes. Miss Tewksbury is the soloist, accompanied by Miss Wilda McCurdy, accompanist.
Come on.
Miss Tewksbury's almost finished with her number.
Oh, she'll do an encore.
What if they don't give her a lot of applause?
I've known her for years. She'll do an encore. You might say that I am entertaining, assisted by my beautiful daughter, Miss Myrtle May Simmons. Myrtle, what color is that?
Rancho Rose, they told me.
Miss Myrtle May Simmons looked charming in a Rancho Rose tone crepe pulled at the girdle with magenta on emerald. Oh, I wish you could see her, Miss Ellerby.
Mom, please, she's almost finished, and where's the cateress?
Everything's arranged. As soon as she stops singing, we open the dining room doors and start pouring. Yes, the parlors and halls are festooned with smilax. Yes, festooned. Oh, that's right. This is the first party we've had in many years. There's a reason for it, but I don't want it in the papers. We all have our troubles, Miss Ellerby. What's that? The guest list? Oh my goodness.
Mother, come.
Oh, if you'll forgive me, I'll call you later. Yes, dear.
Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet just came in.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Eugene Chauvenet Sr. Her father was a scout with Buffalo Bill.
So that's where she got that hat.
Oh, yes, my dear. But you know, you must be nice to Mrs. Chauvenet because she has a grandson about your age.
But what difference will it make with Uncle Elwood?
Oh. Now, remember, we agreed not to talk about that this afternoon. The whole point of this party is to get you started. We work through the older women to get to the younger group.
We can't have anyone here in the evening, and that's when men come to see you in the evening. The only reason we can even have a party this afternoon is because Uncle Elwood is playing pinochle at the 4th Avenue Firehouse. Thank God for the firehouse.
Oh, my dear, those men will just have to invite you out, and it won't hurt them one bit. Oh, my sweet Myrtle, you have so much to offer. I don't care what anybody says. There's something so sweet about every young girl, and a man takes that sweetness and look what he does with it. But you'll just have to find somebody, Myrtle. That's all there is to it.
If I do, they say that's Myrtle May Simmons. Her uncle is Elwood P. Dowd, the biggest screwball in town. Elwood P. Dowd and his pal...
You promised.
All right, let's get them in the dining room.
All right, dear. Now, when they come in the dining room and you make your little welcome speech on behalf of your grandmother, be sure to do this.
And then after that, I'll mention my Uncle Elwood and say a few words about his pal Harvey.
Oh.
Damn Harvey!
That's right, Myrtle May. Let the whole Wednesday Forum hear you. Remember, we said we weren't going to talk about that. Oh, Myrtle May. Oh.
But, Mother, how do you know Uncle Elwood won't come in and introduce Harvey to everybody?
Oh, Myrtle, that is so unkind of you. Your Uncle Elwood is my biggest heartache. Even if people do say he's peculiar, he's still my brother, and he won't be home this afternoon.
But, Mother, why can't we live like other people?
Oh, my dear, must I remind you, Elwood is not living with us. We are living with him.
Living with him and Harvey. Did Grandmother know about Harvey?
You know, I've wondered and wondered about that, but if she did, she never wrote to me about it.
Why did she have to leave all her property to Uncle Elwood?
Oh, you know, dear, she died in his arms. People are sentimental about things like that.
You always say that and it doesn't make sense. She couldn't have made out her will after she died, could she?
Myrtle May, don't be didactic. That's not becoming in a young girl, and men loathe it. Now, remember to wave your hand.
I'll do my best.
Oh, Miss Tewksbury's voice is certainly fading.
But not fast enough.
Lovely, Miss Tewksbury, lovely! Oh dear, I can't remember where I put that guest list. I must read it to Miss Ellerby.
Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet, she's asking for you.
Oh.
Here's Mother, Mrs. Chauvenet. Here she is.
Vita Louise Simmons. Oh, I thought you were dead.
Oh, no, I'm very much alive, thank you.
Oh, and this full-grown girl must be your daughter. Oh, I've known you since you were a baby, my dear.
I know.
What was your name again?
Oh, Aunt Ethel, this is Myrtle May. Myrtle May, for the two sisters of her father. He's the one who's dead. That's what confused you.
Oh, and where is Elwood?
Oh, he's not here. Now, can I get you some tea, Aunt Ethel?
Isn't here. Well, shame on him. The main reason I came was to see Elwood.
Oh, my goodness, there are so many people here anxious to speak to you.
Vita, you know, it's been years since I've seen Elwood.
Oh, my goodness, where does the time go?
Well, I don't understand. I just said to Mr. Chauvenet the other evening, what on earth do you suppose has happened to Elwood Dowd? Oh, he doesn't come to the country club anymore, to the dances, and I haven't seen him at the horse show in years. Well, does he see anyone? Oh.
Oh, yes, Aunt Ethel. He sees somebody.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, dear. Your Uncle Elwood, my dear, is one of my favorite people.
Oh, yes, I remember.
He always has been.
Yes.
Oh, is he happy these days?
Oh, Aunt Ethel, you don't have to worry about Elwood. He's very, very happy.
Wonderful.
Oh, look, Mrs. Frank Cummins. She just came in. I'm sure you want to speak to her.
Oh, she looks ghastly. Hasn't she failed, though?
Well, if you think she looks badly, you should see him.
Oh, I must have them over sometime. But she does look frightful. I thought she was dead.
Oh, no. Yes. Now, how about some tea?
Oh, yes, I'd love to have the
Good.
tea.
Now, if you will forgive me, I will proceed.
Oh, Elwood.
Aunt Ethel.
Bless your heart.
What a
Elwood.
pleasure it is to come in and find a beautiful woman waiting for me.
Oh, you haven't changed a bit. Oh, Elwood.
Oh, my goodness. Aunt Ethel, come along now. You don't want to miss the party.
There's punch if you don't like tea.
I do like tea, and well, I want to talk to Elwood. Elwood, what night can you come to dinner next week?
Any night at all. Any night you like, Aunt Ethel.
Wonderful.
I would be delighted.
Yes.
But now, I would like for you to meet Harvey.
Oh.
As you can see, he's a puka. Harvey, you've heard me speak of Mrs. Chauvenet. We always called her Aunt Ethel. She is one of my oldest and dearest friends. Oh, yes. She's the one. This is the one. He says he would have known you anywhere. Myrtle May, Vita, you both look lovely. Well, Harvey, come along in with me. We must say hello to all of our friends. Pardon me, Aunt Ethel.
What?
You're standing in his way.
Oh.
Come along, Harvey. Here, wait. You go along in, Harvey. I'll join you in a minute. Aunt Ethel, I can see that you're disturbed by Harvey. Please don't be. He stares like that at everybody. It's his way. But he liked you. I could tell. He liked you very, very much.
Some tea, perhaps.
I really have to be running along. But I really must go.
I'm so sorry.
I'll be talking to you. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Oh, my God.
Myrtle, where are you going?
Up to my room. He's introducing Harvey to everybody. I can't face those people now. I wish I were dead.
Oh, Myrtle, come over here. Stay with me. Come here. We'll get him out of there and upstairs to his room.
I won't do it. I can't.
Oh, Myrtle, now come on. Pretend I'm fixing your curls.
Oh, Mother.
Oh, we have to. Pretend we're having a gay little chat. Keep looking. Let me know when you see him. He always comes when I call him. Now, do you see him yet?
No, not yet. How do you do, Mrs. Cummings?
Smile, can't you? Have you no pride? Look, I'm smiling. And he's my own brother.
Oh, Mother. People get run over by trucks every day. Why can't something like that happen to Uncle Elwood?
Oh, Myrtle May, I'm ashamed of you. This thing is not your uncle's fault. Telephone. That must be Miss Ellerby. Keep looking. Keep smiling.
Mrs. Cummings is leaving. Uncle Elwood must have told her what Harvey is. Oh, God.
Hello, this is Vita Simmons. Can you come in the clothes you have on? What have you on? Who is this? Well, I don't know any Miss Greenewald. Can you what? May I ask who invited you? Mr. Dowd. Well, thank you very much, but I believe there has been a mistake. Well, I never.
Never what?
Oh, my goodness. One of your Uncle Elwood's friends. She wanted to know if she could bring a quart of gin to the Wednesday forum.
There he is. He's talking to Mrs. Halsey.
Oh, is Harvey with him?
What a thing to ask. How can I tell? How can anybody tell but Uncle Elwood?
Elwood, come here, honey. I want to talk to you. Come here, Myrtle. Myrtle, I promise you, your uncle has disgraced us in this house for the last time. I'm going to do something I've never done before.
What did you mean just now when you said this was not Uncle Elwood's fault? If it's not his fault, whose fault is it?
Never you mind. I know whose fault it is. Now, honey, pick up your face and smile and go back in there as though nothing has happened.
You're no match for Uncle Elwood.
You'll see.
Mother's waiting for you.
Oh, Elwood, dear.
Yes, sister.
Yes.
Excuse me a moment,
I'd like
Harvey.
to see you for a minute, Elwood. Yes. Elwood, dear, would you please stay in here and wait for me until the party is over? I want to talk to you. It's very important.
Of course, sister. I happen to have some free time right now, and, well, you are welcome to all of it.
Oh.
Do you want Harvey to wait, too?
No, yes, dear, I most certainly do.
Make yourself...
Mrs. O.R. Simmons, 343 Temple Drive. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. We were born and raised there. It's old, but we love it. It's our home.
And you wish to enter your brother here at the sanitarium for treatment. Your brother's name?
Oh.
Mrs. Simmons. Oh, what is your brother's name?
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. We all have our troubles. I just have to keep my head up high and carry on just the same. Oh, it's Dowd. Elwood P. Dowd, that's it.
Elwood P. Dowd.
Yeah.
His age?
47 on the 24th of April. He's Taurus. Taurus the bull. I'm Leo, and Myrtle's on the cusp.
Is he married?
Oh, no. Elwood never married. He stayed home with Mother. He loved his home. He's a great homeboy.
You have him with you now?
Oh, yes. He's in a taxi cab down in the driveway. I gave the driver $1 to watch him, but I didn't tell him why. You can't say those things to perfect strangers.
Mr. Wilson? Mr. Wilson? Would you please step down to a taxi in the driveway and ask Mr. Dowd if he would be good enough to step up to room number 24, South Wing G?
Ask him?
This is his sister, Mrs. Simmons.
Well, how do you... Why, certainly. I'd be happy to escort him.
Oh, thank you.
These are the rates here, Mrs. Simmons. You'll find them printed on this card.
Oh, dear, that won't be necessary. This will all be covered by my mother's estate, the late Marcella Pinney Dowd, and Judge Gaffney is our attorney.
Oh, well, now I'll see if Dr. Sanderson can see you.
Wait, Dr. Sanderson? But I came here to see Dr. Chumley himself.
Oh, Mrs. Simmons, Dr. Sanderson is the one who sees everybody. Dr. Chumley sees no one.
Well, he's still head of this institution, isn't he? He's still a psychiatrist, isn't he?
Still a psychiatrist? Oh, Dr. Chumley is more than that. He's a psychiatrist with a national reputation. Whenever people have mental breakdowns, they at once think of Dr. Chumley.
My dear, isn't that the doctor's office over there? Mm-hmm. Well, you march right in there and you tell him I'm out here waiting for him. If he knows who's out here, he'll come out.
Oh, I wouldn't dare disturb him, Mrs. Simmons. I would be discharged if I did.
Well, I don't like being pushed off onto any second fiddle.
Oh, Dr. Sanderson is nobody's second fiddle. He's really wonderful to the patients.
Very well. Tell him I'm here.
Right away.
Oh.
All right, let's go upstairs. Come on. Vita.
Oh!
Isn't this wonderful?
Oh dear! Oh my goodness!
Mrs. Simmons?
Doctor! Doctor, you startled me. I didn't hear you. Are you Dr. Sanderson?
Yes, I am.
Well, I don't want you to think I'm jumpy like this all the time. It's just that,
Well, of course not. Miss Kelly tells me you're here about your brother. Dowd, is it? Elwood B. Dowd?
Yes. Doctor, this isn't easy for me.
Oh, it's never easy for the families of patients. I understand.
Everything I say to you is confidential, isn't it?
Oh, that's understood.
Well, good. Because it's what Elwood's doing to himself. That's the thing. Myrtle May has a right to nice friends. She's young and she has her whole life ahead of her. That's my daughter.
Your daughter?
Yes.
How long ago have you noticed any peculiarities in your brother's actions?
I noticed it right away. As soon as Mother died and Myrtle May and I came back here from Des Moines to live in the house with Elwood, I noticed that he
what? Take your time, Mrs. Simmons. Don't strain. Let it out. I'll wait for it.
You're sure this is confidential, right?
Yes, that's understood.
Well, for one thing, he drinks.
To excess?
To excess? Well, would you call it excess when a man hardly lets a day go by without stepping into a cheap tavern, sitting around with riffraff and people we never heard of, inviting them to our home, giving them food and money, playing cards with them. And here I am trying to get Myrtle May started with a nice group of young people. Now, if that isn't excess, I'm sure I don't know what excess is.
I never doubted your statement, Mrs. Simmons. I merely ask if your brother drinks.
Yes, he does. And I want him committed out here permanently as soon as possible because I cannot stand another day with that Harvey. Myrtle May and I have to set a place at the table for Harvey. We have to move over on the sofa and make room for Harvey. We have to answer the phone when Elwood calls and asks to speak to Harvey. And then this afternoon at the party with Mrs. Chauvenet. Oh, my goodness. I can't stand another day with that Harvey.
This person you call Harvey, who is he?
He's a rabbit.
Perhaps, but who is he? Some companion, someone your brother picked up in a bar of whom you disapprove?
Doctor, I'm trying to explain this to you. Harvey is a rabbit, a big white rabbit, 6 feet tall, maybe 6.5 feet. Heaven knows I should know. He's around the house all the time.
Mrs. Simmons, let me understand. You say...
Doctor, are you listening to me? My brother says that his closest friend is this big white rabbit. The rabbit's name is Harvey. Harvey lives at our house. He and my brother go everywhere together. Don't you understand? Elwood buys railroad tickets, theater tickets for both of them. Oh, Doctor, I'm going to tell you something I never told anybody before. Every once in a while, I see that big white rabbit myself. Oh, isn't that terrible? I've never even told Myrtle May. Oh. And what's more, Doctor, that big white rabbit is every bit as tall as Elwood says he is. Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Mrs. Simmons.
Now, don't you tell anybody.
Mrs. Simmons. I can see that you've been under a great nervous strain recently.
Oh, yes, I have.
Your mother's death depressed you considerably.
Oh, nobody knows how much.
Been losing sleep?
How could anybody sleep with all that going on?
Short-tempered over trifles?
I'd like to see you stay in that house and see how long your temper holds up.
Losing your appetite?
Now, how could anybody eat at a table with my brother and a big white rabbit? Well, that's it. I'm finished. I've had enough.
I'm going to sell the house. I'll be appointed executor of Elwood's estate, and Myrtle May and I can entertain our friends in peace. Oh, doctor, I can't take any more. I can't stand it.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Simmons, of course. You're tired.
Oh, yes, I am.
Oh, been worrying a great deal?
Oh, nobody knows how much. Oh.
You just sit there quietly.
Can't help it.
I'm going to help you.
You're going to help me?
Just sit there quietly. I'll be right back.
Oh, doctor.
Oh. Well, I'll just go down to the taxi cab and get Elwood's things.
Judge?
Louise!
Take hold of her, Judge. She looks like she's gonna faint. Now, Mother, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be perfectly all right.
Let me sit down. Oh, just
Take
find
it
me a
easy
place.
now, Vida.
Sit
Easy, Myrtle. Myrtle, get her some tea.
I'll get you some
Would
tea,
you
Mother.
like
Get
some
her
tea?
coat off, Judge.
No, leave me alone.
Let Myrtle take your coat off.
Leave me alone. Let me just sit here and let me catch my breath.
Let her catch her breath, Judge.
Let me just sit here, and then let me go upstairs to my own bed where I can just let go.
What happened to you, Mother?
Omar, I want...
They put me in and let Elwood out.
Mother!
Oh, look at my hair.
But why? What did you say? What did you do? You must have done something.
Myrtle May, I didn't do one thing. I simply told them about Elwood and Harvey.
How could that happen to you? I don't understand it.
Well, I told them about Elwood, and then I went outside to get his things, and I was walking along the path, and this awful man jumped out at me.
He was a white slaver.
I know he was. He was wearing one of those white jackets. That's how they advertise.
A man? What did he do, Mother?
Go on, Vida Louise. Go on, girl.
What did he do? Well, he grabbed my arm and he took me back inside, and then he...
Poor Mother. Was he a young man?
Oh, Myrtle May, I think perhaps you better leave the room.
No, I should say not. Go on, Mother.
Yes, what did he do, Vida?
Well, he took me upstairs, and then he tore my clothes off.
Did you hear that? Go on, Mother.
And then he set me down in a tub of water.
For heaven's sake.
For this?
I always thought that what you were showed on your face. Don't you believe it, Judge? Don't you believe it, Myrtle? That man took hold of me like I was a woman of the streets. But I fought back. I always said that if a man jumped out at me, I'd fight. Haven't I always said that, Myrtle?
She always said that, Judge. That's what Mother always told me to do.
And then he took me upstairs and put me in that tub of water like I was a what? A crazy person. But he did that out of spite.
I'll be damned.
And then, oh, wait, those doctors, they came upstairs and started asking me a whole lot of questions, all about sex urges and all that filthy stuff. That place ought to be cleaned up. Omar, you get the authorities out there to clean it up. Myrtle May, don't you ever go out there, you hear me?
Oh, this stinks to high heaven, Vida. By God, it stinks.
Oh, you've got to sue them, Judge. You've got to do something.
I will, by God, I will. If Chumley thinks he can run such an unsavory establishment on the outskirts of town, he'll be chastised. Now, run him out of the state.
Judge, tell me something. Is that all doctors do at places like that? Think about sex?
I don't know.
Because if it is, they should be ashamed of themselves. Why can't they just go outside in the nice fresh air and go for nice long walks? Judge Gaffney walked everywhere for years. Didn't you, Judge?
I think I better take some notes. Now, you say these doctors came up to talk to you?
Yes, yeah.
Dr. Chumley and what was the other one's name?
Sanderson. But don't you believe a thing he tells you, Judge? He's a liar. Close set eyes. They're always liars.
But, Mother, this is an important thing anyway. Where's Uncle Elwood?
Oh, God, I should have known better than to try to do anything about him. Something always protects him. That awful puka.
Where is Uncle Elwood? Answer me.
I don't know. They let him out. Oh, what's that noise?
I found a buyer for the house.
What?
Listen, Mother, we've got to find Uncle Elwood. No matter who jumped at you, we still got to lock up Uncle Elwood.
Well, I don't know where he is, Judge. Next time you take him out there. Wait till Elwood hears what they did to me. He won't stand for it. Don't forget to sue them, Judge. Oh, Myrtle, my darling Myrtle. I hope you never, as long as you live, have a man jump out at you and tear your clothes off and dump you in a tub of water. Oh!
Now, see, Mother muffed everything. No matter what happened out there, Uncle Elwood's still wandering around with Harvey.
Well, Dr. Chumley, you might as well go home and wait. I'm suing you for $50,000, and that's final.
Mrs. Simmons, this picture over your mantel.
Oh, that portrait is the pride of our house.
Who painted it?
Oh, I don't know. Some man. I forgot his name. He was here for all the sittings. We paid him, and then he went away.
Well, I suppose if you have money to pay people, you can persuade them to do anything.
Dr. Chumley, when you were helping me out of the tub at your place, do you remember what I said to you?
Well, you expressed yourself. I don't remember the words.
I said, Dr. Chumley, this is a belated civility. Isn't that what I said?
Well, you said something of the sort.
Mm-hmm. Well, since you brought it up, you might as well learn something. Oh, it's our dreams that keep us going. It's what separates us from the beasts. If I thought I wouldn't want to live, if I thought that all there was to life was just eating and sleeping and taking off my clothes, and putting them back on again, and then I wouldn't want... Doctor, hold me.
Oh, no, take it easy. Take it easy. Everything is going to be all right. Let's sit down. Let's take it easy. Now, what's the matter?
That is not my mother.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
But Doctor, Elwood's been here. He's been here.
Well, then we better be quiet.
Oh.
I'll get that. Hello? Yes. Yes? Who's calling? Here he is, Mrs. Simmons. It's your brother.
Oh, please, let me speak to him.
Now, don't tell him I'm here. Be casual.
Oh, all right. Hello, Elwood, dear. Yes, this is Vida. Yes, dear. Where are you? Oh, just a minute. He won't say where he is. He wants to know if Harvey's here.
Tell him Harvey is here.
But he isn't.
No, tell him Harvey's here. Then perhaps we can get him to come here. Now, humor him. We've got to humor them.
All right. Yes, Elwood, dear. Harvey is here. Why don't you come home? Where are you? It won't work. He wants me to get Harvey to the telephone.
Tell him Harvey's here, but he can't come to the telephone. Say he's in the bathtub.
The bathtub?
Yeah. Say he's in the bathtub, but you'll send him over there. That way we can find out where he is.
Oh, Doctor.
Now, you've got to do this, Mrs. Simmons.
All right.
Yes, Elwood, dear. Yes, dear. Harvey is here, but he can't come to the telephone right now because he's in the bathtub. But I'll send him over there as soon as he's dry. Where are you? Oh.
Did he hang up?
Harvey just walked in the door. He said I should go look in the bathtub. It must be a stranger. Oh, but doctor, now I know where he is. He's at Charlie's place. That's a bar over at 12th and Main.
12th and Main.
Yes.
Okay, that's 2 blocks down and 1 block over. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, doctor. But wait a minute. Where are you going?
I'm going over there to get your brother and take him out to the sanitarium where he belongs.
Oh, no, doctor. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Send one of your attendants. I'm warning you.
But Mrs. Simmons, if I'm to help your brother, I must be able to...
Doctor, my brother can't be helped. He must be picked up and locked up and left.
Do you consider your brother to be a dangerous man?
Dangerous.
Why?
Well, I can't tell you why. But if I didn't think he was dangerous, why would I be asking for a permanent commitment for him?
Then I must observe this man.
Oh.
I must watch the expression on his face when he talks to this rabbit. He does talk to the rabbit, you say?
Oh, God, they tell each other everything.
What's that?
Oh, yes, he talks to the rabbit. But, doctor, don't go over there. I'm warning you, you're going to regret it if you do.
Nonsense. You underestimate me, Mrs. Simmons.
You underestimate my brother.
No, not at all. Now, don't worry about me. I can handle him.
You can handle him? That's what you think. Oh. Myrtle May, see who's in the bathtub. Oh, good. Nobody here but people.
Oh, Mother, you promised you wouldn't come out here.
Well, good evening to you, Myrtle May. I brought Uncle Elwood his bathrobe. Well, why are you all just standing around? I thought you'd be committing him.
Well, sit down here, love. Sit down here.
I will not sit down there.
How about you and me stepping out Saturday night, Myrtle May?
Oh, no. You get away from him.
I'm sorry.
Get away. So, is it all settled?
It will be. But, Doctor, may I give an opinion? Yes, by all means.
His opinion. Omar, that's the doctor I told you about. The eyes. Get away from her.
In my opinion, Elwood P. Dowd is suffering from third-degree hallucinations, and the concerned other party suffering from autosuggestion. I recommend shock formula 977 for him and complete bed rest for... You do? That's my diagnosis, doctor. Mr. Dowd will no longer see this rabbit after the injection. We've used it in 100 psychopathic cases.
Don't you call my brother a psychopathic case? Omar, there's never been anything like that in our family.
If you didn't think Uncle Elwood was psychopathic, why did you bring him out here?
Well, Myrtle, what else could I do? I couldn't take him to jail, could I? Besides, this thing is not your uncle's fault. Oh, why did Harvey have to speak to him in the first place? With a town full of people, why did he have to bother Elwood?
Just stop putting your oar in. Keep your oar out. Now, doctor, if this shock formula can bring people back to reality, then give it to him. That's what we want for Elwood.
I'm not sure it'll work in a case of this kind, doctor. It always has, doctor.
Oh, now let me tell you, Harvey always follows Elwood home.
He does?
Yes. And if you give Elwood the formula, and Elwood doesn't see Harvey anymore, then he won't let him in. And then when Harvey comes to the door, I'll deal with it.
Mother, won't you stop talking about Harvey as if there was such a thing?
Oh, Myrtle May, you have a lot to learn, and I hope you never learn it.
Oh, here he is.
Oh!
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, Elwood, my dear, I brought you your bathrobe.
Thank you, Vita.
Oh, get away from her.
Well, what are we going to do, Doctor? What's your decision? We need to do something.
Yes, we must.
I should say so.
Well, while you're all making up your minds, why don't we go downtown and have a drink?
Oh, well, Elwood, you can't go downtown. You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here.
Yes, Uncle Elwood.
Now, stay here, boy.
I plan to leave. You want me to stay. An element of conflict in any discussion is a good thing. It means that everyone's involved and nobody's left out. I like that. Oh, Doctor, how did it go with Harvey today?
Well, we're waiting for your answer, Doctor.
What?
What's your decision?
I find I must speak to this man alone. The rest of you all go in the other room, please.
Oh.
I'll have my diagnosis in a moment.
Well, do hurry, Doctor,
I will.
please. Elwood, you stay right here, dear. Thank you. Come on, dear. Well, is it all settled?
Yes, I find I concur with Dr. Sanderson. Thank you, Doctor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
What a relief.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Well, let's celebrate. I've got some new bars listed in this book.
Now, this injection carries a violent reaction. We can't give it to him without his consent. Will he give it?
Well, he certainly will if I ask him.
Well, to give up this rabbit? I doubt it.
Don't ask him. Just give it to him.
Bessie's Barn Dance, Blondie's Chicken Inn, Better Late Than Never, Benny's Drive-In.
Oh, Elwood.
We'll go to Benny's Drive-In, and we should call ahead for a table.
Oh.
How many of us will there be, Vita?
Oh, 1, 2. Oh, Elwood!
Mr. Dowd, I have a formula, number 977, that will be good for you. Will you take it?
Elwood, you won't see this rabbit anymore.
But you will see your responsibilities, your duties.
Well, if you thought of it, Doctor, it must be a very fine thing. If I happen to meet anybody who needs it, I'll be glad to recommend it. For myself, though, I wouldn't care for it.
You hear that, Judge? You hear that, Doctor? That's what we have to put up with.
Vita, do you want me to take this?
Oh, Elwood, my dear, I'm only thinking of you. You're my brother, and I've known you for years. I would do anything for you. That Harvey wouldn't do anything for you. He's making a fool out of you, Elwood. Don't be a fool.
Oh, I won't.
Why, you could amount to something. You could be sitting on the Western Slope Waterboard right now if you'd only go over there and ask.
Well, Vita, if that's what you want, Harvey and I will go over and ask them tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Tomorrow. I never want to see another tomorrow. Not if Myrtle May and I have to spend one more night in the house with that rabbit. Our friends never come and see us. We have no social life. We have no life at all. We're both miserable. Oh, I wish I was dead, and you probably don't even care. Oh.
I've always felt Vita should have everything she wants. Are you sure, Vita? I'll take it. Where do I go, Doctor?
In Dr. Sanderson's office, Dowd.
Oh, boy.
Say goodbye to the big fella for me, won't you?
Oh.
How long will this take, Doctor?
Just a few minutes. You can wait.
Oh.
We'll wait.
Oh, the doctor said it would only be a few minutes.
Now, Mother, don't fidget.
Oh, I can't help it. Oh. Oh.
Come in.
Oh.
What do you want?
I'm looking for a little short. Oh, there you are, lady. You jumped out of my cab without paying me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. How much is it?
All the way out here from town, $2.75.
All right, let me just find it for you. $2.75. Well, that's funny. I could have sworn I brought my coin purse out here. No, that's not it. Myrtle, do you have any money?
I spent that money Uncle Elwood gave me for my new hairdo for the party.
Oh, right. Omar, can you give me $2.75 I could give this man?
Sorry, nothing but a check.
We don't take checks.
I know.
Oh, Dr. Chumley, could I please borrow $2.75 to pay this cab driver?
I don't have my wallet on me now. No time to get it. Have to get on with the injection. Sorry.
Oh. All right, look. I'll get it for you from my brother, but I can't get it right now because he's in there getting an injection. So you'll just have to wait. It'll only be a few minutes.
You're going to get my money from your brother, who's in there to get that stuff if they shoot out here?
Yes, but it'll only be a couple of minutes.
Lady, I want my money now.
But I told you it'll just be a few minutes, and anyway, I want you to drive us back to town.
Lady, you heard me. I want my money now. If not, I'm going to I'm going to nosy my cab back to town, and you'll have to wait for the bus at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, of all the stubborn, pig-headed things
I should say so.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing that $2.75 can't fix. You heard me. I want it now.
Oh, you are the most unreasonable person. Oh, just a minute. Doctor, can you please let Elwood come out for a minute? No. Oh, Elwood, my dear, I came off without my coin purse. Could you please pay this man $2.75? But wait, don't give him any more. He's been very rude.
How do you do? Dowd is my name.
Oh.
Elwood P.
Laughlin's mine, E.J.
Well, I'm very glad to meet you, Mr. Loughran. This is my sister, Mrs. Simmons, and my charming little niece, Myrtle May. Judge Gaffney and Dr. Chumley. Have you lived around here long?
I lived around here all my life.
Do you like your work?
Yeah, it's okay. I've been with Apex Cab 15 years. My brother Joe's been driving for Brown Cab pretty near 12.
You drive for Apex, and your brother Joe drives for Brown's. Vita, isn't that interesting? Let me give you one of my cards.
Better get on with this, Mr. Dowd.
Of course. 1 minute. My sister and my charming little niece live with me at that address. Why don't you and your brother come over for dinner sometime?
Sure, be glad to.
Good. When? When would you be glad to?
Well, couldn't make it any night but Tuesday. I'm on duty the rest of the week.
Well, then you will have to come on Tuesday night. We will be expecting you and delighted to see you. Won't we, Vita?
Oh, Elwood, I'm sure this man has friends of his own.
Now, Vita, one can never have too many friends.
But you can't keep Dr. Chumley waiting. That's rude, Elwood.
Of course. Here you go. And you keep the change. I'm very glad to have met you, Mr. Loughran, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you and your brother on Tuesday night. Will you excuse me now?
Sure. Sweet guy.
Yes, he certainly is, and you could just as well have waited.
Oh, no, lady. I've been driving this route for 15 years. I brought him out here to get this stuff, and after they got it, I drove him back. And it sure changes them.
Oh, well, I certainly hope so.
You ain't kidding, lady. They sit back and enjoy the ride out here. They talk to me. Sometimes we watch the birds flying.
Oh.
And sometimes we watch the sunsets. Sometimes we watch the birds when there ain't no birds and look at the sunset when it's raining. We sure have a swell time. But afterwards, uh-oh.
Afterwards, uh-oh? What do you mean afterwards, uh-oh?
They crab. They yell at me. Watch the lights, watch the brakes, watch the intersection. They tell me to rush, hurry. They scream at me to hurry. They don't have any